Well, hi everybody, it's Michael Fletcher, and welcome to the newest edition of the Ranger Roundup right here on YouTube.com alongside Anthony Foyo. And we are going to, guys, recapping of the Eastern Conference second round. Your New York Rangers versus the Ottawa Senators. And oh my word, what a game. This one is definitely a great battle, no doubt about it. Ranger fans, the result did not go the way we were hoping for. Rangers lose game one by the final score of 2-1. But there's really nothing bad to say about it. Both teams really played their hearts out. It was a great battle, no doubt about it. It went back and forth the whole night. Once it was all said and done, I guess we could say it. A fluky goal at the end was the difference between the Rangers and the Ottawa Senators. And all right, so let's just start it off, and we're gonna go into the first period. Well, actually, there was no score after one period. Basically, it was a complete and utter wash here. Senators were really aggressive on the Rangers, out shooting them 21-12 in the first period. Henrik Lundqvist absolutely was ridiculous, making some great saves. Really kept New York in the game, no doubt about it. That's when the scoring began, and well, I'll say it like this: it started really early because of the fact that the Rangers got on a power play. I believe that the penalty was 2 men on the ice. A power play situation for the New York Rangers, and the Rangers capitalized on that with the goal, as it was Ryan McDonough, the captain, getting the goal. Pavel Buchnevich and Matt Zuccarello gets the assist. 1-0 New York. End of the period with about 1 minute and 21 seconds left. That's when the Ottawa Senators, they get a power play, they get a goal. I'm going to admit the penalty was a little controversial because of the fact that they called the penalty on the Rangers, saying it was for holding. I didn't see any hold there. A lot of Ranger fans were like bull garbage on that. I'm going to try not to go into a rage or anything like that. However, Ryan Drysdale does get the biscuit in the basket, like Anthony would say. Alex Burrows and Kyle Turris gets the assist. That makes the game 1-1. All right, third period, both teams were battling at it. A great battle, back and forth, great opportunities for both teams. However, the Senators get a goal, and this is a fluke goal, guys. Mike Hoffman to Mark Manat, and Mike Hoffman on the assist. Erik Karlsson gets the goal. He shoots it from a weird angle, goes off the back of Henrik Lundqvist into the back of the net. 2-1 Ottawa, and that is the game winner. The Ottawa Senators wins game one by the final score of 2-1. Just to give you a few brief stats here, the Senators shot 43 times, the Rangers shot 35 times. They both got a power play goal, which is awesome, and the Rangers out-hit the Senators 37-30, and of course, the 3 stars of the game. Number 3 star went to Ryan Drysdale. He got a goal in the game. He actually, I believe, he got the first goal in the game. The number 2 star went to Erik Karlsson. Consequently, that was the game-winning goal. And number 1 goes to Corey Anderson. What a game he had! 34 saves. Nothing more to say, guys. Anthony Foyo wants to come on in. Tough game 1 loss, but we can't blame anybody for this. this is just a great battle, and if this is any indication, it would be an epic series.
You think this is going to be an epic series, MF? Look at that other series. I don't know if you saw that other game tonight. Oh my goodness. I mean, we got not one but two 5-star classics on this night tonight. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, I got a little sidetracked. MF. Who are those 3 stars again? Just so I can pull up their numbers. Yeah. Anyways,
number 3 star went to Ryan Drysdale. Number 2 star went to Eric Carlson, and the number 1 star went to Corey Anderson.
That's Craig Anderson, not Corey Anderson, but nonetheless, yeah, Eric Carlson. I can certainly understand why Carlson would be one of the stars of the game. I wonder if you meant Ryan Zengel because he scored that power play goal.
That's the one. Yeah, that's him.
And
he got the 3rd star.
And yeah, Anderson, I can see why he was the number 1. I mean, 34 saves on 35 shots, absolutely, and it spoiled a great performance by Henrik Lundqvist, man. I mean, 41 saves on 43 shots. He's still the resurrected king. That's all there is to say it. Like the worship song says, folks, the resurrected king is resurrecting us. He's resurrecting Ranger fans. Well, technically, the actual lyric is the resurrected king is resurrecting me. And I think I think Henrik Lundqvist needs to keep listening to that song, that worship song, because I tell you what, he's been resurrected. And but yeah, it's not often I do this on a sports show, but I'm gonna go Jesse Ventura here in terms of how I look at this series. The New York Rangers are the quicker of the 2 teams. They're the faster of the 2 teams. The Ottawa Senators are the more stronger of the 2. They're the more powerful, the more aggressive. And we saw them flex their muscle in that first period. I agree. I mean, that first period was all Ottawa, man. I mean, they were definitely the aggressors, out shooting the Rangers 21-12. But Henrik Lundqvist stood on his head and stopped all 21 shots. And then we get those couple of goals in the second. Nice to see the captain get one for a change. Ryan McDonough opening the scoring of the series with, what's this? A power play goal for the Rangers? Wow, that's only our second one all postseason long. Courtesy of Zuccarello and Buchnevich. And then Zengel tied it about 11 and a half minutes later. Power play goal of their own from Burroughs and Turris. And then that fluke goal by Ottawa's captain, Eric Carlson. And that did it. So anyway, MF pretty much ran down the numbers. Ottawa outshot the Rangers 43-35. Face-off percentage, Rangers had that 51-49. Both teams 1 out of 4 on the power play. The Rangers out-hit the Senators 37-30. Block shots in favor of the Rangers 17-16. And our biggest Achilles heel, MF. You know what our biggest Achilles heel has been throughout this postseason? The giveaways. They actually worked on that tonight. They only had 10 giveaways all game long. And Ottawa had more at 13. So major kudos to Alain Vigneault and his staff for working on the giveaways there, because that's been our biggest Achilles heel. Unfortunately, with the loss, that means no Broadway hat, no puzzle pieces. But I know it won't be long before we get to do that. So, but before I show my love for the Rangers, I have to show my love for the winning team first, and that is the Ottawa Senators. Even with that fluke goal that they won. Star of the game, hands down, it was Craig Anderson. I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, here's a guy who not only beat cancer, but he beat the New York Rangers tonight. And that fluke goal definitely was the difference maker. 34 saves on 35 shots for a save percentage of .971. Well done. Great effort out of Craig Anderson. And, of course, we have to talk about our goal scorers. Zengel, in addition to the goal, he also had a hit, he also had a block, and he also had 2 takeaways. So a very good game for Ryan Zengel. I agree with that sentiment. Eric Carlson, he had a goal. He also had 3 blocks and a hit as well. So another phenomenal game for Eric Carlson. Method, had a great game. He had 3 hits, and he also had 3 blocks. And our old friend Victor Stahlberg, what a loss! I mean, I still can't believe we lost him to this team. 3 hits and 2 blocks for Stahlberg. And our other old friend Derek Brassard had a couple of hits as well. I thought he played a solid game tonight. Burrows with 4 hits, also had an assist. Kyle Turris, an assist and a block, also had a takeaway. Bobby Ryan, formerly of the Anaheim Ducks, couple hits and a takeaway on his own. He played well. Smith with 3 hits. MacArthur, 100% faceoff draws. Number 44, I can't pronounce his name, Jean G. Paget, 75% on the faceoff. Brassard had 44% on the faceoff, and Smith 29%. And let me see, who else do I have? Mark Stone had a couple of blocks, and I think that's all the love I have for the Ottawa Senators. I think I pretty much ran down all of them. And Ben Harper, 2 hits and a block. That's my last one. And but Craig Anderson, far and away the star of the game, absolutely. And now for the New York Rangers in defeat, of course, you got to start with Henrik Lundqvist. 41 saves on 43 shots. Number 2 star for the Rangers, hands down, it was the captain, Ryan McDonough. MF, listen, this is a stat line you could dream about here. In addition to the goal that he had tonight, you ready for this? 5 hits and 5 block shots. Are you kidding me? 5 hits and 5 blocks? Wow. Captain came to play tonight. So major love for Captain Ryan McDonough. Zibanejad, 4 hits of his own. Zuccarello, 5 hits to go with an assist on the night. Kreider, 3 hits, also had a takeaway. Michael Grabner, couple hits, a block, and a takeaway. Let me see. Oscar Lindbergh, 3 hits and a block. And Nicky Holden, another great game for him. He had some opportunities, had 4 shots on goal. Also had a couple hits and a block. Brendan Smith, 3 hits and a block of his own. Brady Shea, who I thought played very well tonight, couple hits and a block. But to me, when it comes to the New York Rangers tonight, there were 2 stars of this game, Henrik Lundqvist and the captain, Ryan McDonough. Those 2 guys, they played their you-know-whats off for the New York Rangers tonight. And it's a damn shame that the game ended the way it did. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. That's all there is to it. And we're not going to go on we're not going to go on that, that epic tirade and that epic meltdown that we had last night during the Bulls Corner. And we're going to try to, let cooler heads prevail in the future, because we're going to make sure we're never going to have any scenes like that again. It's one of those rare times where for both MF and myself last night that we let our emotion get the best of us, me especially. I mean, but, it is what it is, and it's water under the bridge. So we're going to try to keep this, as wholesome and friendly as we can, even though MF's a little more looser and fancy free than I am. But it is what it is, like I said. So I'll give the Sens credit. Lucky bounce. It's all it took for them to win it. So I'll just say it like this. Game 2, Saturday, 3 o'clock, NBC. We go from primetime Saturday night to a Saturday afternoon matinee, a late Saturday afternoon matinee. That's fine with us. Like I said, we're ready. And we're not gonna do the the preview here because we have to save that for Strictly Sports tomorrow night. I'm gonna give you my full thoughts on this series when we do our Stanley Cup playoff preview, which is part of our double main event on Strictly Sports tomorrow night at this time. And of course, the other half of that, of course, as we know, our first Major League Baseball power rankings, and I'm looking forward to that. There's one team out there that's really impressing me in baseball right now. So who's that team? Well, I'll tell you all tomorrow night. But I'll tell you what, I got all my previews here. I got all my previews for all 4 second round series, and this will be third. This will be the third of the 4. I'm going to go in order by how the series started. So we'll start with Nashville and St. Louis. Then we'll talk about Edmonton and Anaheim. Then we'll talk about this series, and then we'll wrap up the preview with, of course, the big series, obviously, the Washington Capitals and the Pittsburgh Penguins. And let me tell you, that was a 5-star game as well, especially with about 3 minutes to go. If you saw that major scrum, oh my goodness. If MF and I were calling that game, MF would have, oh my goodness, we would have had a screaming Michael Fletcher moment and a half. I would have expected a lot of mercies coming out of MF on that one. So we'll talk more about that in a bit, but boy, howdy. Tough loss for the New York Rangers. It took a fluke. But remember, Ranger fans, NMF, who had the best road record in the NHL this year? The New York Rangers. 27-12-2. It took one fluke bounce. And hey, let me tell you something. We can hang with these guys. I was worried about this series. I'm not going to lie to you, because the Ottawa Senators are scary good. Don't believe me? Ask Michael Bullock, ask Derek Ferreira, and the rest of the Boston Bruins and their fan base. They'll tell you firsthand how lethal this team is. And we proved tonight that we can hang with them. It's just one game. Game 2, I'll tell you right now, we're going to do what we always do. We're coming to play in Game 2. And I'm also going to go on the record and predict that we're going to win Game 2. I guarantee we're going to win Game 2. We're going to go on the road. We're going to beat these guys in Game 2. We're going to get that split, and then we're going to send it back to the Garden, and then we'll take it from there. But I believe in my heart of hearts, the New York Rangers can steal a game in Ottawa. And I think this is the game they can do it in Game 2 on Saturday. I believe it. If it wasn't for that fluke, I think the outcome could have gone the other way. I really do. We can hang with these guys, MF. I'm telling you, we can hang with them. So I mean, we're the faster of the two teams. They may be the aggressor. They may be the more powerful of us, but we're the quicker. Sometimes speed beats power. How many times have we seen that in sports over the years? That's all I'm saying. So credit to the Senators where it's due. But remember, like I said, you beat us via a fluke. That's not happening in Game 2. Believe that. In Game 2, when it comes to this game for the New York Rangers, Ottawa, it's going to be our yard now. Wrap it up, MF.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be a very interesting game, too. Miami's going to, I'm going to have to say like this, New York is really going to have to wake up, and, you know, they're going to have to shake that loss off, and it's on to Game 2. And speaking of that other series Anthony was alluding to, the Penguins and the Capitals, Pittsburgh wins Game 1 of their series. Final score 3-2 tonight. Unbelievable matchup, no doubt about it. Sidney Crosby with 2 goals. And then Nick Bonino, game winner. So we're going to get more into that tomorrow, especially on Strictly Sports, which you guys can see at 10:30 Eastern, right here on YouTube.com, on Anthony's channel, The Tone 25. So until then, for Anthony Floyd, I am Michael Fletcher. Thanks so much for watching this. Like it, share it with all your friends on every platform on social media. And until then, have a good night, everybody. So long for now.